Hello, this is Dr. Young, and I'm going to go over your week 2 discussions. You have 2 discussions, and that's it. You don't have any kind of papers or anything due yet. I don't know why I just went to your paper. I'm sorry, you don't have any papers like you have a big paper on week 4, and then you have a paper at week 8. Week 8, excuse me. So, I don't know why that says overdue. That's not accurate. For your week 2, you're going to talk about. Well, that's the wrong one too. Sorry about that. Let me go back to week. There it is. The first question is, you're going to read this article and answer question 2. So we're going to go to that right now. Pull up this document. So you're going to read this, and there are questions at the end. And let's see. It's 15. So just read all that. And then, there we go. Well, this thing drives me nuts sometimes. Okay, there we go. 2. Bentham's, so this 2, number 2, answer this question. You do need okay, so this can get confusing, but you do need a peer response for this question. Now, I want you to know that all discussions do not have the same, like, for all discussions, the first question is not always the one that requires a response. So, please make sure you're paying attention to the videos because some do and some don't. Like for week 3, it's flip-flopped. It's the opposite. The first one does not need a peer response. The second one does. So, make sure that you understand that. I'll probably post it though. But it does say here, you do need a response. So it should tell you in the instructions. So really what we're getting at is, are there differences between pleasure and happiness? Does time and emotion differ for each? Can one be happy while in pain? So that's something you have to consider and post about. Okay, so see, if you look at 2-3, you do not have to post a peer response to this question. Here you're getting a link to a bunch of ethical resources, lots of articles. Talk about one of those. Select one or an article or a video and talk about it. What are your thoughts? You agree, you disagree with what they're saying. Provide rationale for either stance you want to take. And that's really all. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. So for next week, remember the discussions are kind of flip-flop, but I'll go over that. I won't go overwhelm you with that. Next week, I'll probably start talking about your week 4 paper early. If you want to get it started early, then I will be able to, you'll have the information you need from me as to what paper, how to complete your paper. One thing I want to note early, let's just talk about it now. If you go over to your syllabus and we look at your paper, the paper is about, well, if I can get there. That's your ethical compass. You're doing, okay, so here is the Penn State paper. Now, you probably are aware of the Penn State situation, scandal. And even though I'm not going to go into the paper right now, it's about that. Some people are really bothered by that topic. If you want to write on an alternative topic of it with a different type of ethical situation, just email me, okay? Just let me know. Because some people are very troubled by that kind of the content, just the case and everything that happened. So I've had students, and I'm not going to make students write about something that really makes them uncomfortable to where they don't want to write it. So just know that I'm not insensitive to that at all. So just wanted to tell you that. Another thing is, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you about it now. You do the first week. You did the ethical compass, and you wrote your initial reflections on the scenarios of that. You will revisit that in weeks 4 and 8. Some people think, oh, why are we doing this 3 times? This is so redundant. But it's basically, there's a point to it. There's a method to the madness, so to speak. We're seeing how your views change over the course. Over the course, we're going to talk about ethical perspectives, how people see things differently, and then you might look at these scenarios again and say, wait a minute, I never thought of it that way. Or you might not. You might be like, you know what, I haven't changed at all. So that's the point of it. You don't have to change. You might change, or you might not necessarily change your views on it, but you might say, you know what? I still think this person was wrong, but I can see why they thought this way, or I can see why they did this. That's the kind of thing we're looking for here. It is just, just to see how if your views change at all or they don't. And it's not a right or wrong answer. I mean, this is not, that's not what we're looking for here. We're reflecting, we're seeing the effects of what we learned in this class on our judgments on certain behaviors and things. So that's what we're looking for. And that's all. There's nothing more to it. Anyway, so if you have any questions or concerns, let me know, and I will be happy to assist you. Have a great week.